All right, so welcome to week 10 of the NFL season. These are going to be my week 10 picks for this week. This is obviously the first installment that we're going to do because I just started doing this week. So this is my first week that I'm going to be making my picks. If you're a betting man or woman, or if you're not, or if you just want to hear what I have to say, because you like my videos, I hope, then I'm just going to go through the games this Sunday. I'm going to pick who I think is going to win. And we'll just start it off with the 1 o'clock games. So, first game, New York Jets at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sorry, Mart Dog, Party Marty. The New York Jets are going to come into Tampa and they are going to defeat the Bucs. The Bucs do not have Sir Jameis Winston in the lineup this week. That's really going to hurt them. I like what the Jets have been doing the last couple weeks. They looked fantastic against a good Buffalo team last Thursday, so I'm going to look for the Jets to continue to surprise people and turn heads, and they're going to upset Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay. Next, Cincinnati Bengals at the Tennessee Titans. I think this is a pretty easy game to guess. Tennessee Titans I got for the victory here. The Bengals have not looked good all year. Tennessee does look like a pretty solid team to me. There's still a lot of football left to play, but they do look like a team that could contend for a playoff spot this year. Next game, we got the Pack in the Windy City, Chicago. This should not be a stellar matchup when it comes to offenses. I'm going to look for Chicago to squeak this one out. I think it's going to be a close game, and I think it's going to be a sloppy game, a sloppy played game, a lot of turnovers. But I do look for the Bears to come out victorious on this one and continue the losing streak for the Pack without A-Rod. Chargers at Jags. I like the Jags team. I like them a lot, and I think that they're going to continue. I think they're going to continue the path to the playoffs, and I think that they're going to win this week at home pretty easily against the Chargers. I don't really like anything that the Chargers are doing. I don't like Phillip Rivers as a human being or a quarterback. Nothing personal. I don't know the guy. I just don't like him. Never have, never will. So I'm not going to pick them this week. Saints at Buffalo. Saints favored this week. I'm going with the upset here. Bird Dog's upset special of the week is Buffalo at home over the Saints. I think this is going to be a shootout type of game. Shockingly, I think it's going to be Shady McCoy against the weapon of Drew Brees. I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup, but I see Buffalo coming out on top by a field goal in this game. Go Bills. Vikings at Washington. I'm going with despite Washington's nice comeback win against the Seahawks last week on the road. I'm going with Minnesota on the road here in Washington. I like what Minnesota's doing. I like their squad quite a bit. Even though they've lost Dalvin Cook, they still have a lot in the backfield with McKinnon and Tay-Train. So I'm sticking with Minnesota here in this one, and I think they're going to win this game on the road, and I think it's just going to be, a one-horse race to winning that division for Minnesota. Browns at Lions. I'm going with my Lions on this one. Lions should have a pretty easy victory this week over the Browns. I wouldn't be surprised if they blow them out for the first time. The Lions really haven't had a game where they've blown somebody out, and I think this could be the first week that they do that. So, go Lions. Steelers at the Colts. This is a no-brainer. Steel City's taking this one pretty easily over the Colts. Colts, they suck. They're such a bad team. I don't even want to talk about them anymore. Cowboys at the Falcons. Bird Dog upset pick number 2. Falcons. Definitely, I'm going with the Falcons this week at home against Dallas. Dallas without Zeke. They're really going to have to change up their offensive scheme to suit Alfred Morris and McFadden. So I see, for once this year, Atlanta coming out and winning a big game at home against Dallas. At least I'm hoping so. Giants and 49ers. This is the stinker of the week. The Bird Dog stinker of the week. A pile of poo. This is poo 1 versus poo 2. Unfortunately, I do have to pick a winner. It definitely won't be anyone that's watching this game because we'll be losers if you're watching this game. 49ers are going to win. They're going to win 6-3 because this game's going to be terrible because both teams are so bad. Just don't watch this game. Unless you're a fan of either team, then do whatever the hell you want. Pats at Broncos, Sunday night. Going with the Pats. I think it's going to be a tighter game than people think. Denver hasn't played that well, but they are at home, prime time. Tom Brady's got some weapons that are dismantled right now, as we talked about on yesterday's episode. Amendola is kind of banged up. Chris Hogan's out. So I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I do think the Pats are going to sneak this one out and win on Sunday night. And last but not least, the Monday nighter, we have Miami and Carolina. Going with the Panthers. Miami is a terrible, terrible football team. And I don't see them being able to win on Monday night in Carolina. So those are my picks for Week 10 this week. Use them how you will. That's all I have to say about that. I go.